कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Kaikeyi, who was brainwashed by Manthara, abandoned all her gold ornaments, silk clothing, and she was lying on the floor in the Kopa Bhavanam. Tulasidas states like a future widow. Udirna sambrambhatamo vritanana तदावमुक्तोत्तममाल्य भूषण नरेन्द्र पत्नी विमना बभूवसा तमोवृताद्यौरिव मग्न तारका। Dasharatha, who realized that his wife Kaikeyi was missing, inquires from the maidservants, "Where is my dear wife Kaikeyi?" They say, "She is in Kopa Bhavanam." He rushes to Kopa Bhavanam and then sees Kaikeyi lying on the floor. He has never seen Kaikeyi in this state. He sits on the floor, asks Kaikeyi, "Has someone insulted you? I shall take them to task. Is there some illness in you? I will bring the medical practitioner, the doctor. Do you want wealth? I will get wealth from whichever region you want, because these are the regions that come under my jurisdiction. Dravida Sindhu Sauviraha Saurashtra Dakshina Pathaha Vanga Manga Magadha Matsyaha Samriddhaha Kashiko Shalaha." So these are the regions that come under my jurisdiction. After having said this, he in fact lifts her. See, the Tamil poet, poets always have such heights of imagination. It seems she was draped in that sari or that garment which has buttas. Those of the women here who are listening to this series will be aware of Indian textiles. We have such a beautiful variety. In that variety, there is one style where you put dots on the garments. For example, patola, even the saris that you buy in Rajasthan and Gujarat have those dots. So central dots. In zari work also you can do in Kanchipuram saris. It's called butta. So she was wearing a sari which had buttas, in the sense they were designs in the center. So he lifted her like how a hunter would lift the doe, the female deer. Many deer varieties have dots on their body. So he for a moment thought, my dear female deer, my doe Kaikeyi is lying on the floor, because those dots look like a female deer which is lying on the ground. So he lifted her. But the Tamil poet Kamban says, the king forgot to think for a second that it is just not the deer which has dots over its body. Even a cobra has dots on its body. So he was not aware that he was lifting a cobra. He thought he was lifting a female deer. So he placed her on the bed. Then he asked, "You tell me, Kaikeyi, what do you want?" That time Kaikeyi said, "Pratignyam pratijanishva Yadi tvam kartumichhasi, yadi tvam kartumichhasi. In case you have the genuine thought of fulfilling what I want. Atha devya harishyami yatabhiprarthitam maya. If you have this intent of granting what I have wanted, then make a solemn vow, pledge, promise on something, then I will ask for my boons. Dasharatha said, Raghukul riti sada chale aaye, pran jao baru bachano na jai. Raghukul riti. Hey Kaikeyi, you know I come in the clan of Raghu. This is Raghukula. If we promise somebody something, we will never go back. Raghukula riti sada chali aayi. There is one thing that has come generation after generation. Pran jau baru bachanu na jai. Even we may sacrifice our lives, but we will never go back on our given promises. Now you ask, Kaikeyi did not open her mouth. This man says, I will give you whatever you want. I promise. You ask. He does not open her mouth. Finally, Dasharatha is tired of convincing her. He says, I make the ultimate pledge, vow in my life, Kaikeyi. Yam muhurtadama pashyanstu na jivetamaham dhruvam tena ramena Kaikeyi shapete vachana kriyam tena ramena Kaikeyi. I promise on my very life. Who's Rama? Shapete vachana kriyam atmana chatma jaischa Anyay vrineyam manujarshabam tena ramena Kaikeyi shapete vachana kriyam. I promise in the name of my life, my Atma Rama, whatever you want I will give you. I swear. Tehi pararam sapath karigayi, says Tulsidas. Kamban, the Tamil poet, says, ஏயவரங்கள் இரண்டில் ஒன்றினால் என் சீயரசாழ்வது சீதை கேழ்வர் ஒன்றால் போய் வனவாழ்வது என புகந்து நின்னாள் தீயவை யாவினும் சிறந்த தீயாள். She said, 2 boons. You have promised in the name of your life, Atma, Rama. You have promised, right? 2 boons. With one, my son Bharata should rule over Ayodhya. This is the first boon. Abhisheka samarambho raghavasyopakalpitaha anenaiva abhishekena Bharato mebhishicyatam. On the same date, same muhurtam, same place, which you have fixed for your son Rama, my son Bharata should become the heir apparent of Ayodhya. Second boon. Navapanchacha varshani dandakaranyamashritah chira chiladharo dhiro Ramo bhavatu tapasaha. Adorning the garments of a hermit, your son, Kaushalya's son. Navapanchacha varshani, 9-5, which is 14 years. Let him go to the Dandakaranya forest. Dandakaranyamashritah chira chiladharo. He should abandon all his riches and let him go. Dhiro Ramo bhavatu tapasaha. I have never seen Rama in that disguise of a hermit. I wish to see him as a hermit. Let him go for 14 years to the forest. Eya varangal irandil bondrinal. Of the 2 boons that you wish to grant, 1 boon, my son Bharata should rule. Second boon, Sita's husband should go to the forest. You know what Kamban, the Tamil poet, says while she asked these 2 boons? It seemed for a moment that all the evil in the world had got together and accumulated in one person called Kaikeyi. Tiyavaiyavainum shiranda tiyal. Like how a person who is bit by a poisonous snake falls onto the ground. Dasharatha couldn't stand. The moment he heard these 2 boons, He lost consciousness and fell on the ground like a stick would fall on the ground. Dandavat, like how a danda would fall. How was she? For a moment, my pracharya, my acharya's acharya called Sri Nidhi Swami. He was a Ashu Kavi. He could compose Sanskrit verses in a second. Ashu Kavi. In one of his compositions called Manju Ramayanam says, Janabashpa Jalashraya Priya Varashringa Gadavaya Bhima Darshana Malina Mati Mandya Pivara Mahishi Satyamiyam Mahipatehe Janabashpa Jalashraya Priya Janabashpa Jalashraya Janabashpa Jalashraya. By this boon of Kaikeyi and Dasharatha going to grant those boons, the citizens of Ayodhya will start shedding tears. Imagine all the 5 lakh or 10 lakh people of Ayodhya start shedding tears. All those tears will roll down the cheeks and they will form one lake. So that lake is not made up of any normal water. It is made from the tears of the people. Jana Bashpa Jalashraya Priya. Who loves to go into lakes and keep getting themselves immersed? Buffaloes. Varashringa Gadvaya Bhima Darshana. Huge, humongous in size. What is that? The she buffalo. She buffalo is called Mahishi. The female buffalo is called Mahishi. So, the Mahishi, the she buffalo, gets into that lake and enjoys itself in the tears of the people. So, the lake has tears of the people, and the she buffalo, Mahishi, who is Kaikeyi, gets into that lake and enjoys herself. What does that she buffalo have? 2 horns. Malina Matiman Yadapivara Mahishi Satyamiyam Mahipatehe. So the 2-horned she buffalo enjoys in the tear lake formed by the people. What is the other meaning? Mahishi means she buffalo. Mahishi also means the wife of the king. So she is the Mahishi to the king. In reality, she is also a she buffalo. Why? A she buffalo has 2 horns. This Mahishi called Kaikeyi is asking for 2 boons. That buffalo is in the lake of those waters. Here she is enjoying the agony that she is causing to the king and to the citizens. Janabashpa Jalashraya Priya Varashringa Gadvaya Bhima Darshana Malina Madimandya Pivara Mahishi Satyamiyam Mahipatehe. Now, Dasharatha for a moment thinks, is this a daydream? He pinches himself. Is this a daydream? No, this is reality. Kimno meyam diva swapna chittamohopi va mama anubhutopasargova manaso vapyupadravaha. Is this the agony? Is this the noise that I am listening in during my daydream, or is this reality? He tells Kaikeyi, is this you who's asking for such boons? Are you trying to poke fun? Are you trying to create a comical scene? I don't think you will ask such for boons, because you know Rama more than anybody else. He knows the nuances to win people, Kaikeyi. He has won over you and me. Hasn't he been successful? Satyena lokan jayati dvijandanena raghavaha Guru Shushrushaya Viro Dhanusha Yudhishatravan. Kaikeyi, tell me honestly, Rama does more service to you than what service he has done to Kaushalya, his mother. Sadate janani tulyam vrittim vahati raghavaha Ramo hi bharatad bhuyas tava shushrushate sada Vishesham tvaitasmatu bharatasya na lakshaye. Kaikeyi, I remember those nights when we used to talk and you used to tell. Dasharatha, for me, Rama is the same as Bharata. What happened to those nights, Kaikeyi? What happened to those narrations, Kaikeyi? Were they untrue? Haven't you compared Rama with Bharata? What has happened to you, Kaikeyi? ननु ते राघवस्तुल्यो भरतेन महात्मना बहुशो हि स्म बाले त्वं कथाः कथयसे मम. Kaikeyi, who has taught all this evil to you, Kaikeyi? It is not something that has come from you. Somebody has taught you. Deenaya turaya vacha iti hovacha Kaikeyi anarthamimam arthabam kena tvam upadeshita. Who has given this wrong upadesham to you, Kaikeyi? As he was saying, behind the pillar, Manthara was looking to what Dasharatha was talking to Kaikeyi. She gave a gaffa and she knew. The king will not know who gave Kaikeyi this idea. It is me, she points. But let us see if Dasharatha grants those boons or not. Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.